have a big issue with the top 3 Metaverse land NFTs that everyone is buying. But first, what are the top 3 digital real estate or Metaverse NFTs that everyone out there is buying? Well, the first one, of course, is Other Side by Yuga Labs. And this just released about a month and a half ago, and it's been extremely popular. And you can really think about this project as a meta RPG style Metaverse game. There's going to be 200,000 plots of land, and the entire ecosystem is going to be fueled by ApeCoin, which is the native cryptocurrency for Yuga Labs ecosystem. And this project from Yuga Labs has had a ton of funding and a ton of hype surrounding it, and a lot of people buying in, especially because of how well Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Kennel Club, and also their other projects that they've acquired like Meebits or CryptoPunks has done. And right now this project is sitting at about a floor price of 2.139 Ethereum. There's only 100,000 items right now on OpenSea for sale, and they've had almost 300,000 Ethereum in total volume. And some of their NFTs have sold for 333 Ethereum, another 333, 300, 290, 280, 250. So these NFTs are selling, at least the most expensive ones, for a lot of money. And keep in mind that this game isn't released yet, but there's a lot of people expecting really big things from this metaverse because of how well Yuga Labs has executed on their past projects. Now, my second favorite NFT project is called Sandbox, and Sandbox is also extremely popular, and it's been out for quite a while now. And there's a total of 166,000 plots within the Sandbox metaverse, and it runs off of the Sand cryptocurrency. And within the Sandbox metaverse, and really within any metaverse, you're going to be able to build different little businesses, you're going to be able to create games, you're going to be able to host events, and really just do a lot of things that you can do in the real life, but you're going to be able to do that in the metaverse life. And with the Sandbox NFTs, you can see these ones sitting at about that 1.5 Ethereum floor price, 157,000 Ethereum in volume, and right now 142,000 items on OpenSea. And the most expensive NFTs from Sandbox have sold for about 3.6 million sand. And then this one sold for 700,000, 580,000 sand, 650,000 USDC, 530,000 sand again. And right now the price of sand is sitting at about 90 cents. So that's still a lot of money for these NFTs. Now for the third metaverse land, which you've probably also heard about, Decentraland, which is maybe one of the original projects that started making these metaverses and selling this virtual land. And in total, there's going to be 90,000 plots of land within Decentraland. They already have their game up and running, so you can buy a plot of land and you can go start playing that game really just right now. And these NFTs are sitting at about 2.8 Ethereum floor price, 200,000 Ethereum in total volume, with 97,000 items right now on OpenSea. And these NFTs, of course, are also selling for big money. You can see the most expensive ones sold right here, 2.7 million Mana crypto. And Mana right now is also about 85 cents per coin, and this is the native coin for the Decentraland ecosystem. Then we see some others for 2 million, another 1.3 million, 1.25 million, 1.4 million. So these NFTs are also selling for quite a lot of money. And some of these metaverses have really gained mainstream adoption, and even Snoop Dogg has taken to Sandbox and is building out his own playground essentially in the metaverse. So that's really just a brief rundown of the top metaverses: Other Side, Sandbox, and Decentraland. But you're going to need to do a lot more research on each of these metaverses before you make any purchasing decisions. But now, what is my actual big issue with metaverses, and especially with these top metaverses that are getting so much cash pumped into them? Well, the big issue that I have right now with the state of these metaverses, and I might take some heat in this, so you can let me know in the comments down below, but I really just don't think any of these metaverses are good enough. Not to say that these metaverses don't have potential or that they don't have great teams. I'm just saying that the state of these metaverses right now, to me at least, isn't that compelling. And maybe that's just because of the frame of mind that I look at these metaverses with. When I think of metaverses, I really think of Ready Player One or something also like Free Guy, but definitely I really would prefer to see a metaverse like we see in Ready Player One. And so my issue is just that what we have right now, in my mind, just doesn't compare anything to what we see in Ready Player One. And I don't think we're gonna get anywhere close to that until at least 5 years from now, but more realistically, probably 10 years from now. And don't take this as me saying that these are bad investments or bad purchases. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that if you buy into one of these metaverses right now, don't expect to have a stellar experience, or at least not a stellar experience in my opinion. Because I look at some of these metaverses and I wonder, well, what is really the difference between this metaverse that you're buying into versus something like Skyrim or something like Minecraft? I mean, I know that these metaverses have blockchain technology built into them, and I know they have a lot of potential, but just right now to me, there's not so much differentiating these metaverses and other games like Minecraft or Skyrim. I mean, you can obviously control and own the assets in these metaverses, but I just want to see a lot more development on these metaverses, and hopefully in the future we can actually get some real VR, AR type experiences with these metaverses instead of essentially just having these standard 2D games that you're playing on your computer. So that's just my biggest issue. I feel like we're really early still to the metaverse game, and I don't think the technology is quite there yet. However, I do recognize that once the technology does get there, you're probably better off buying into these projects now versus waiting until then when they're much more expensive. So to wrap it up, I'm still a fan of each of these projects. I still think they have a lot of potential. I just want to see where the tech is 5 to 10 years from now, and maybe I'm just being a bit impatient, but that's just my feeling on these NFT projects at this moment. So let me know what your thoughts are down below. Let me know if you agree, let me know if you disagree, and I'll see you in the next one.